Love is a complex emotion, and not everyone is comfortable expressing their feelings openly. Sometimes a man may have strong feelings for you, but hesitate to admit them. He may fear rejection, be unsure of your feelings, or simply not be ready to confess. However, even if he doesn't say it out loud, his actions will reveal the truth. Men often communicate their emotions in subtle, indirect ways rather than through words. They may not come right out and say, "I love you," but their body language, behavior, and small gestures speak volumes. If you've ever wondered whether a certain man has deeper feelings for you, paying attention to these little signs can give you the answers you're looking for. For instance, have you ever caught him staring at you when he thought you weren't looking? Does he find excuses to text or call you for no apparent reason? Maybe he remembers small details about your life that even you forgot mentioning. These subtle behaviors aren't random. They indicate a strong emotional connection and hidden affection. Another major sign is how he reacts to other men around you. If he gets slightly jealous or protective when you mention another guy, it's a strong indicator that he sees you as more than just a friend. Even if he tries to hide it, his body language and small changes in behavior will reveal his true feelings. Men in love also tend to prioritize the person they secretly care about. He may go out of his way to support you in difficult times, make sure you're comfortable in social situations, and put extra effort into impressing you, all without making it obvious. He might mirror your gestures and speech patterns without realizing it, showing how deeply connected he feels to you. At the same time, nervousness is another giveaway. If he fidgets, stumbles over his words, or seems slightly awkward around you, it's likely because he cares about how you perceive him. Love can make even the most confident man feel unsure of himself. Understanding these signs can help you decode his feelings, even if he never says the words aloud. If you notice several of these behaviors in one person, chances are he's secretly in love with you. The real question is, do you feel the same way? 1. He finds excuses to be around you. When a man is falling for you but doesn't want to admit it, he will find subtle ways to be around you. Instead of openly expressing his feelings, he will create opportunities to spend time with you, even if they seem unintentional. You may notice that he frequently shows up in places where you usually hang out. Whether it's at work, in social gatherings, or even casual settings, he will make an effort to be near you. He might casually ask about your plans or suggest group activities that allow him to be around you without making it obvious. Another sign is that he offers to help you with small tasks. If he suddenly volunteers to assist you with something, like carrying your bags, fixing a minor issue, or giving you a ride, it's his way of staying close. Even if he has no real reason to be there, he will find a way to make himself available. He might also linger in conversations with you longer than necessary. Even when the topic is over, he will continue engaging just to prolong the interaction. His responses will be thoughtful, and he will genuinely listen to what you say, showing that he values your presence. Additionally, he may subtly adjust his schedule to match yours. If he starts appearing at the same gym, coffee shop, or even taking the same routes as you, it's likely not a coincidence. He is finding reasons to be near you without directly expressing his feelings. These small but intentional actions reveal that he enjoys your company and wants to be close to you, even if he isn't ready to say it out loud. 2. His body language changes when you're near. When a man has feelings for you but isn't ready to express them, his body language will often give him away. Without realizing it, he will exhibit subtle physical signs that show his attraction and interest whenever you're around. One of the most noticeable changes is his posture. When he sees you, he may subconsciously straighten up, stand taller, or adjust his clothing to look his best. He wants to appear more confident and attractive in your presence, even if he isn't aware that he's doing it. Eye contact is another major indicator. If he likes you, he will either hold eye contact longer than usual or quickly look away when you catch him staring. Both reactions indicate nervousness and admiration. His pupils may also dilate when he looks at you, which is a natural response to attraction. His hands and feet can also reveal his feelings. If his feet are pointed toward you in a group setting, it means he is subconsciously focused on you. Similarly, he may fidget with his hands, play with objects like his phone or a pen, or touch his face and hair more often when you're near. These are all signs of nervous excitement. Another giveaway is mirroring. If he subtly mimics your gestures, speech patterns, or movements, it's a sign that he feels a connection with you. Mirroring happens naturally when someone is drawn to another person. Additionally, his body will instinctively lean toward you when you speak, even in crowded spaces. He may also find small, accidental ways to make physical contact, like brushing against your arm or lightly touching your back as you walk. These unconscious body language shifts reveal his deep interest, even if he hasn't said a word about his feelings yet. 3. He remembers small details about you. When a man is secretly in love with you, he pays close attention to everything you say and remembers even the smallest details about you. This is because he values your presence and genuinely cares about you, even if he hasn't openly admitted his feelings. You may notice that he brings up things you mentioned in passing, things even you might have forgotten. Whether it's your favorite coffee order, a book you once said you wanted to read, or a story about your childhood, he remembers these details because he is truly listening when you speak. He also recalls important dates, like your birthday or an exam you were worried about, and checks in to see how things went. Even if you didn't expect him to remember, he does, because he is emotionally invested in your life. Another sign is when he notices changes about you that others overlook. If you wear a new outfit, change your hairstyle, or even mention feeling tired one day, he picks up on it right away. This shows that he is paying attention to the little things because you matter to him. Additionally, he may surprise you with thoughtful gestures based on what he remembers. For example, if you once mentioned loving a certain type of snack, he might bring it for you without you asking. These small yet meaningful actions reveal how much he values you. Remembering small details is his way of showing that he is deeply interested in you, even if he hasn't put his feelings into words yet. 4. He gets jealous, but hides it. When a man has feelings for you but isn't ready to express them, jealousy is one of the strongest emotions he will experience. Yet he will try his best to hide it. Even though he may act like it doesn't bother him, his body language, tone, and behavior will reveal the truth. One clear sign is his sudden change in mood when you mention another guy. If you talk about someone you find attractive or a male friend, he may become quieter, distracted, or even make subtle negative comments. He might try to downplay the other guy's qualities or joke about him in a way that seems playful but has an underlying frustration. Another sign is his increased interest in your relationships. He may casually ask, "Who is that guy?" or "Are you too close?" even if he pretends it's just curiosity. His questions are his way of trying to figure out if he has competition. He may also become more competitive when other men are around. If another guy is making you laugh or giving you attention, he might step in, crack a joke, or subtly try to shift your focus back to him. He does this instinctively because he doesn't want to lose your attention. At times, he might pull away or act indifferent to hide his jealousy. He may suddenly seem cold, avoid eye contact, or become less talkative after seeing you with someone else. This is his way of masking his emotions, even though deep down, he wishes he had your full attention. Even if he never says it outright, his hidden jealousy is a strong indicator that he sees you as more than just a friend. 5. He texts or calls you for no reason. When a man is secretly in love with you, he will find excuses to stay in touch, even when there's no real reason to do so. His texts and calls may seem casual, but deep down, they are his way of keeping the connection alive. You may notice that he randomly texts you throughout the day, asking simple questions like, "What are you up to?" or "Did you see that funny meme?" These messages might not have a specific purpose, but they show that he's thinking about you and wants to keep the conversation going. Sometimes, he might call you just to talk about something minor, maybe to ask for your opinion on a random topic or to share a small update about his day. Even if the call seems unnecessary, It's his way of hearing your voice and feeling closer to you. Another sign is that he texts you consistently, even when there's nothing important to say. He doesn't wait for a reason. He creates one. If you ever stop responding for a while, he might send a follow-up text or find another excuse to reach out. Additionally, he may message you late at night or early in the morning. If he's texting you during these personal moments, it's a strong sign that you're on his mind more than just a friend. Even if he doesn't openly admit his feelings, his frequent and seemingly random texts or calls are clear signs that he enjoys talking to you and wants to be a part of your daily life. 6. He supports you in difficult times. When a man secretly loves you, he won't just be there for the good times. He will stand by you when things get tough. Even if he hasn't openly expressed his feelings, his actions will show that he genuinely cares about your well-being. One of the biggest signs is that he listens to you when you're struggling. Whether you're going through stress at work, having problems with friends or family, or just feeling down, he pays attention and offers words of comfort. He doesn't just brush off your feelings, he makes an effort to understand and reassure you. Another sign is that he actively tries to help. If you're overwhelmed with something, he might offer to assist you in any way he can. Whether it's helping you run errands, giving you advice, or simply being there to support you emotionally, he wants to make your life easier. He also checks up on you, even after the situation has passed. If you told him you weren't feeling well, or were dealing with a tough situation, he will remember and follow up later to see how you're doing. This shows that he truly cares and isn't just offering temporary sympathy. Additionally, he becomes protective of you. If he notices someone treating you unfairly or sees you struggling, he won't hesitate to step in and defend you. His instinct to protect you comes from a deep emotional attachment. Even if he never says, "I love you" out loud, his consistent support during difficult times proves that his feelings for you are real and meaningful. 7. He gets nervous or fidgety around you. When a man is secretly in love with you, his body often reacts before his words do. One of the biggest signs is that he becomes nervous or fidgety whenever you're around. Even if he tries to act normal, his subconscious behaviors reveal his feelings. You might notice that he stumbles over his words or suddenly loses his train of thought when talking to you. This happens because he wants to impress you, but overthinks his responses, making him more anxious than usual. Another clear sign is fidgeting. He may play with his hands, tap his fingers, adjust his clothing, or touch his face and hair frequently when he's near you. These small, restless movements are his way of coping with nervous excitement. Eye contact is another giveaway. If he's shy, he might avoid looking directly at you or glance away quickly when you catch him staring. On the other hand, if he's more confident but still nervous, he may hold eye contact longer than usual, almost as if he's lost in the moment. His body language might also shift unexpectedly. He may stand or sit stiffly, cross and uncross his arms, or frequently change his posture. This happens because he's hyper-aware of his actions and wants to appear his best in front of you. Additionally, his voice may slightly change. He could speak faster, laugh nervously, or even clear his throat more often when he's talking to you. These are all subtle signs that your presence affects him deeply. Even if he tries to hide it, his nervous energy is a strong indication that he has feelings for you but isn't sure how to express them. 8. He prioritizes you over others. When a man is secretly in love with you, he will prioritize you over others, even if he doesn't openly admit his feelings. His actions will show that you hold a special place in his life, and he will naturally put you first without making it obvious. One of the biggest signs is that he makes time for you, no matter how busy he is. Whether he has a packed schedule or other commitments, he will find a way to be there when you need him. If you ask for help or just want to talk, he won't make excuses. He will show up. You may also notice that he chooses to spend time with you over others. If he has to decide between hanging out with his friends or being with you, he often picks you. Even in group settings, he will focus on you, ensuring you feel included and comfortable. Another sign is that he remembers and prioritizes your needs. If you mention something important, like a big presentation, a personal problem, or even a small request, he won't forget. He may check in on you, offer encouragement, or go out of his way to support you, even when he doesn't have to. He also adjusts his plans for you. If you need something at the last minute or want to meet up unexpectedly, he will try to accommodate you instead of brushing it off. This shows that you matter more to him than just another friend. Even if he never says it directly, his willingness to put you first is a strong sign that he values you deeply and sees you as more than just a casual part of his life. 9. He mirrors your actions and words. When a man secretly loves you, he will subconsciously mirror your actions and words. This happens naturally because people tend to imitate those they feel deeply connected to, even without realizing it. One of the biggest signs is that he adopts your gestures and body language. If you cross your arms, lean forward, or tilt your head a certain way, he might do the same without noticing. This mirroring is his brain's way of building rapport and creating a sense of closeness with you. Another subtle sign is that he starts using the same phrases or speech patterns as you. If you have a unique way of saying certain words, use specific slang, or frequently repeat a phrase, you may notice him picking it up too. This shows that he's paying close attention to how you speak and wants to connect on a deeper level. He may also mirror your energy and emotions. If you're excited and animated, he becomes more expressive. If you're feeling down or quiet, he might lower his tone and match your mood. This is his way of making you feel understood and emotionally in sync. Even small habits can be mirrored. If you take a sip of your drink, he might do the same a few seconds later. If you gesture while talking, he may unconsciously copy your movements. These subtle behaviors show that he's drawn to you and feels a strong bond. Mirroring is a natural psychological response when someone is deeply interested in another person. Even if he never directly confesses his feelings, his body and behavior will reveal the truth. 10. He compliments you in subtle ways. When a man secretly loves you, he will compliment you in subtle ways rather than making obvious or exaggerated statements. His compliments will feel natural, thoughtful, and often personal, showing that he genuinely notices and appreciates you. One of the most common signs is that he compliments things about you that others might overlook. Instead of just saying, "You look beautiful," he might say, "That color really suits you," or "I love how your smile lights up a room." These types of compliments show that he pays attention to the little details. Another subtle way he compliments you is by appreciating your personality and intelligence. He might say things like, "I love the way you think," or "You always know how to make things better." These comments reflect that he admires who you are, not just how you look. He may also compliment you indirectly by comparing you to others in a positive way. For example, "You have such a unique perspective. Most people don't think like that," or "Not everyone is as kind as you." This shows that he sees you as someone special. His compliments might also come through playful teasing. Instead of directly saying "You look nice," he might jokingly say, "Okay, who gave you permission to look this good today?" This allows him to express admiration while keeping things light-hearted. Even if his compliments aren't overly obvious, they are heartfelt. He won't just say things to impress you. He will say things that show he truly values you. His subtle compliments are a strong sign that he sees you in a different, more meaningful way. 11. He tries to impress you without making it obvious. When a man secretly loves you, he will go out of his way to impress you, but he'll do it in a way that feels natural and not too obvious. His goal is to catch your attention and earn your admiration without making it seem like he's trying too hard. One of the biggest signs is that he subtly highlights his strengths around you. If he's good at something, whether it's sports, work, music, or even cracking jokes, he will find ways to showcase his skills when you're around. He wants you to see his best qualities and recognize his value. He may also talk about his achievements in a casual way. Instead of bragging, he might slip in details about his accomplishments, such as, "Yeah, I actually handled a big project at work last week," or "I just finished a tough workout today." These comments are meant to impress you without sounding arrogant. Another way he tries to impress you is by being extra helpful. He might offer to carry something heavy, fix something for you, or help you with a task, even when he doesn't have to. This is his way of showing that he's reliable and capable. His appearance may also change when he's around you. He puts in extra effort to dress well, fix his hair, or wear a nice fragrance. Even if he's not doing it consciously, he wants to look his best whenever you're nearby. Lastly, he may step up his game in social situations. He'll be funnier, more confident, or more engaging when you're around because he wants to stand out in your eyes. Even if he never openly says he's trying to impress you, his small yet deliberate actions reveal how much he cares about how you see him. 12. He looks at you when he thinks you're not noticing. When a man secretly loves you, one of the clearest signs is how often he looks at you when he thinks you're not noticing. His eyes naturally seek you out because he's drawn to you, even if he's trying to hide his feelings. You may catch him staring at you from across the room, but the moment you look his way, he quickly looks away or pretends to be focused on something else. This reaction happens because he doesn't want to be obvious, but he can't help but admire you when he thinks you're not paying attention. Another sign is that he frequently glances at you during conversations, even when he's talking to someone else. His attention will always drift back to you because he's subconsciously more interested in your presence than anything else happening around him. His eyes might soften when he looks at you, showing warmth and admiration. Even if he doesn't say anything, his gaze lingers just a little longer than it would with anyone else. This is a strong indicator of deep emotional attachment. In group settings, he will often position himself where he can see you clearly, even if it seems unintentional. He wants to be aware of your movements, reactions, and expressions, simply because he enjoys watching you. Even if he hasn't expressed his feelings in words, his stolen glances and lingering stares are clear signs that you hold a special place in his heart.